Boy, what a night. I've roller skated. I've had my fingers milked. Ed McMahon's given me $10 million. I'll tell you, it's really been something. Our next guest has worn many hats on his NBC series Quantum Leap, which airs Wednesdays. Traveling back in time, he's played everything from a disco-dancing daredevil, gosh, he looks adorable, to a high school hot rodder. And now he's gone from dragster to a drag for his latest look. That's our guest on the right. Please welcome, I think he's in his male clothing, Scott Bakula. Scott. Hi, you look lovely in a veil.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why, are you just going shopping, or what's the story on that?
You think there might be something in the bag?
I don't know. You maybe just carry one. You could be one of those weird Hollywood types.
It's a nice bag, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, I had a feeling you were going to probably ask me about things that I had to do in drag, and things that were hard to do in drag.
And that's somehow related to these questions.
No, that's something totally different.
Now, is this something you've never done before, either personally or professionally?
Actually, I've done it once on stage. I did a show in New York called Three Guys Naked from the Waist Down, and it was about 3 stand-up comics. And briefly, we ended up in Las Vegas at the end of a world tour in drag. We got our own television show, and it was about undercover cops in drag.
I see.
And we ended up coming downstairs in Las Vegas in red, white, and blue sequin gowns and wigs and high-top tennis shoes.
Did you find that a pleasurable experience?
Not really.
I'm just curious.
But my daughter remembers it very well.
She must have been very proud of Dad. Now, how about this one, this role? Was that the same kind of...
Well, this was more... the nature of the show is such that I don't have to convince anyone that I'm a woman. They see the woman. We show the woman in the mirrors when you see a reflection of it.
Quantum Leap, you travel anywhere in time.
I travel within my own lifetime.
And you look. Those are the ground rules.
Yes.
And you look to us, the viewer, as
like me.
As you. So
I get to dress up. I don't have to do what Dustin Hoffman did in Tootsie. I don't have to convince people that I'm a woman. So I'm in drag, but it's with a hairy chest and a beard, and it's not a pretty picture.
I think we got a
Trust me.
taste of that. That's all right. Now, all right. I want to know what's in there.
We had to make some things specially for me on the show. These are size 11.
Very nice, very nice.
And that was probably the most difficult thing about doing the show, was spending 16 hours in heels, as many ladies would.
Now you do. You don't have to do that.
I think it's important to show. A lot of what the show is about is what it's like for a man to be a woman and how he's treated. Thank you. So, you spend a lot of time. I mean, this is not easy to do.
No, but you look graceful doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it was a cruel invention, high heels.
It looks simple, so I thought it was so simple that I brought something for you.
No. I don't need this. I'm a decamillionaire. Forgive me, you seem too anxious for this to happen. They're very nice, though.
They're very nice. They're very nice. You've been in roller skates.
Are these my size?
You've had your hand milked. I think it's time that,
You entertain him while I change.
Fine.
Also, I have a hole in my sock.
Oh, well, we won't show that.
Right, wait a minute. Which is which?
There you go.
I'm sure a man created high heels, don't you think, lady?
I such a cruel... like that in the show, that women go through this weird binding ritual, and men invented it, I'm sure.
They feel awful. I can't tell you the last time I did this. All right.
Come on. Little music.
Why can't I wear anything tonight I can walk in?
Come on. Yeah, that's the hardest.
We don't need music, Tom.
I think we do.
I don't care what he says. We don't need no damn music.
Now, there are two things. You can walk.
Yeah,
you have two things I had to do. I had to walk like a woman in the episode. So I'll walk this way, and you have to, try and keep your legs together. Now, so walk like...
What do we do? You just wiggle your buns a little bit.
You look great. He has great legs. You got to admit that, right? Look at that.
Well, you can't. It's like a drunk test.
It's kind of a heel-toe thing.
Yeah. Is that what you do? Go heel first?
Well, no, I don't think so.
How do you walk in these?
Here we go. Let's
wait, the next part. Here's an expert.
You will demonstrate and we will follow.
just like, you know.
It's just as not.
Key and sympathy, for
Yeah.
God's
Why don't
sake.
you just sit down?
Would you like to sit down now?
I very much so, yeah. Is this all you brought?
It's good sport for doing
Thank
this.
you so
Come
much.
on.
I'm so proud. You know, these are nice, but do you have something in a blue spike? Well, anyway, thank you for bringing these things.
Yes, and you can walk a nose.
Now, what the show has not aired yet. The one, or has it? The
It
one
airs Wednesday night.
Yeah, the one. Is it, and maybe this would be a good time to take a look at a piece of it, because this is you in your full regalia.
I think this is a two-part clip. It's the part. It's right at the opening where I discover that I'm a woman, because when I leap in, I never know what I am until I get to a mirror. And then later in the episode, I get stuck going on a blind date.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these are the two parts.
All right, let's take a look from Quantum Leap.
And I haven't
Scott
seen him yet
Bakula.
either, so.
At the risk of it getting serious about this, did you learn anything? Did you, I don't know,
Well, I learned how hard it is to be a woman, and how much extra you have to go through each day. Because men usually get a call on the set that's an hour later than the women, and you're always so thrilled about that. But they're in there getting their nails done, and their hair and curlers, and the toenails and all that stuff, and I was that person for a week. Plus, it's painful dressing in those clothes.
Well, I guess
because you're wrapped up all day. You gotta, you got the things on. You're sucked up. You got the pantyhose. It's terrible.
I guess so. Well,
and the earrings that hurt and things.
It is. There is a lot. There is a lot of. Yeah, I know. I can feel it. There is a lot of pain involved. I never quite thought about all that. Now, because of the nature of the show, and you're in virtually every scene, aren't you? I mean,
pretty much so. Yeah.
I mean, you must work a lot. In fact, why are you here?
I'm here because...
How did you find time?
There was about a 2-page scene that I wasn't in, so...
Really?
I was just down in San Pedro.
Did you fly up here?
I flew a helicopter, myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You piloted that?
Well, once we got up in the air.
Wow.
And I'd never been in one before, so it was kind of a new thing.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
Okay, well, maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
No, I'm here.
But you're in long days, I would assume?
Yeah, the days are pretty incredible. But when the work is good, I think the time goes quickly. But, I've had 25-hour days, and which doesn't really make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. But longer than a full 24 hours, you mean.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, we're going to take a break now. We'll come back, and I assume you have no more surprises in the bag, so you can come back then in just a moment. Scott Bakula, we'll be right back. Just in case you have anything else in there, I thought I'd bring it. Scott Bakula's here from Quantum Leap. We've been talking about animals tonight. I guess you don't work with animals on your show.
I do at times.
Yeah.
One episode last year, I worked with a baby pig for 8 days, which seemed like a great idea at the time, I'm sure, to the writers. But when you carry a little baby pig that just squeals nonstop in your ear all day, it's not a lot of fun. And you end up, of course, looping the whole picture.
Now, for people who don't know what that means, you do a show, and because things can't be heard sometimes because of squealing pigs or whatever, you go into a studio and then put your voice down.
Right. They show you the picture, and then they have little beeps that come up in your headphone, and you have to match your mouth to what you're saying, which can be sometimes you can change your performance and to the better. And most often, though, I find it very difficult. In other words, say if you're doing a fight scene, and you're falling off a cliff, and they cut to you like your hands, and you're supposed to be in the looping thing going, and then they see you fall, and you're adding all this stuff in a little room. Yeah, or you're doing a love scene.
Oh, that's nice.
And they say, okay, this is the part, and I have a little sheet, and it has all your lines, and then it comes up and like, coos and, whatever. And you're in there trying, and I'm looking at the guy, he's over the pipe going like this, and, and they're all sitting around, I'm going, and you're doing love sounds.
I know it's asking a lot.
Smacking lips and...
But I did put high heels on for you, so the least you can do is, would you just for a moment, would you coo for us? Just a little coo. I'm not asking for a big coo, just a little coo.
See, I never do it. I always tell them I won't do it. But I will do it for you, Pat. But I can't look at you when I do it.
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't.
I'll look this way. But it's hard to do because you're there and you're like going,
Shut your eyes.
She's directing me. I didn't know that.
That's right.
I just got it. She's directing me already.
Force of habit.
This is what happens in the living room. Okay, so you're there and you're going. It's when Harry met Sally all of a sudden.
Boy. I like that a lot.
I did too.
But see, you don't have someone to do it with.
Yeah, the guy
You're there
with the
by
pipe.
yourself. The guy with the pipes going, hurry up, will you? We got to be out here for lunch.
Well, listen, I know you're very proud of the series and wish you continued success with it. It's called Quantum Leap. It airs Wednesdays on that other place, but it's always fun having you here. Thanks,
Thank you, Pat.
Scott Bakula.